We're on
Yeah.
YouTube now?
We are. It worked for the after show.
Oh, that's right, it
too.
did.
Is my voice.
I have no idea what happened.
Did you
I
press
wanted
the
to-
wrong button?
No, I didn't press the wrong button.
Did the wrong button press you?
Possibly.
Ah.
I blame Google.
I blame the
Really?
woke left.
I blame insect politics.
Man, insect politics is the worst.
Yep.
Did we ever figure out what that was?
I have no idea what that meant.
But I
Even
love that
when we
none of us
worked-
bothered looking it up.
We worked
No.
there and we asked people.
I didn't ask anybody.
No,
And-
me
and-
neither.
No one would tell us.
I
Or,
didn't ask anyone. Yeah.
you didn't even ask like Ken Williams or anything?
No,
Oh.
never. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
What's it
before
like
my
to
time.
have such a lack of curiosity about the world around you?
I don't know. CJ seems to do all right.
Maybe when it comes to politics.
He's happy. He's always smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to episode number 919 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me as always from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
How's it going there, sir?
Not bad. You know, it's been a big day of racing. I'm watching the NASCAR race from Chicago right now.
Yeah? I thought
Watching
that got
it.
rained out. Did that
No,
not
they
get-
race in the rain in this
Oh.
situation.
Oh
So,
my.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No rainouts.
Cars that can drive in the rain. It's crazy.
Mm.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, with me as always, from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
How's it hanging, Royal Ugly Dudes?
It's hot here, huh?
Yeah,
A
right?
little
Yeah,
warm.
it's dry heat.
It's a little toasty.
A little warm. 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's,
Where
that's
you
a lot
are?
of
Where I
degrees Fahrenheit.
Let's
That
see. What is it?
supposed to get to a 100 on Tuesday.
That's the boiling point of water, isn't it? You should
Maybe
be
where
careful.
you
Your body's
are.
mostly made up of water.
Yeah.
See, it's
Not really. My body's mostly made up of Coke Zero.
I thought you were gonna say Yoo-hoo or something like that.
Coke Zero and Oreos.
It's only it's a cool and refreshing 88 degrees where I am, CJ.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's getting
wow.
worse.
Well, I'm
Well,
a
you're
bit
near the water.
I'm a bit closer to the Arctic Circle. I'm a bit north of you.
Just slightly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how's
Yeah.
it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm staying cool in the air conditioning.
Let me tell you what, I'm glad I'm not in Portland, Oregon.
Why?
Yeah, what's the,
happening
Well, it's actually not that different from CJ. It's 96.
Yeah.
But what I'm really
it's warm.
glad is to not be in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada,
Oh, yeah.
where it is a balmy 116.
Well, it's a dry heat.
Screw
there.
that.
Well, I mean, it's
fine.
I already
a
made that
desert.
dry heat joke. You can't do that. I already made that joke.
I
It's
can
really
make it
how you
again.
tell it, though, and I think CJ got it
Yeah. Indeed.
because he was talking about a desert and not famously rainy Seattle.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
You're the joke.
Sometimes.
Every mirror in your house is a joke.
I feel-
You joke.
Oh, that one.
You know what they
hits
should
me
call
close
you?
to home.
They should call you the jokester. Get Batman to.
Wasn't that like a Mark Hamill character on The Flash or something?
That was
think
the
so.
It's a trickster, wasn't it?
trickster, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really liked
Yeah.
that show. I don't know that
Me
it was
too.
actually very good, but I really
I don't
liked
think-
it.
Really,
I don't think it was good,
I didn't watch.
but I enjoyed it.
I didn't watch The Flash. back
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I
day.
watched it.
I did too.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah,
I was just kidding about all that stuff earlier. I
it was
didn't.
pretty mean,
You're not
and it hit a little too close to home. I have to say, the mirror thing, especially.
really
I'm just saying that
Oh,
I'm
God.
fighting back tears.
because of your vampire background.
Yes,
I'm so sorry. I forgot.
every time,
Oh,
I
my
forgot.
every time my
That you're-
kids go outside,
Yeah.
they leave the goddamn doors open for
Yeah.
way too long, and
Yeah.
every time some sort of flying insect gets into the house, and there's another one in here right now.
Oh no.
It's
Yeah.
flying back and forth in front of my screen, screaming insect
Yeah.
politics. I don't even know what it means. And where did it get Bristol board and a stick that small to make
There is
that
a quality Callback right there.
That is. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well,
How you lads doing?
Kids
should
suck.
we talk about video game news?
Oh, I'm kind
Sure,
of liking
why
this
not?
weather and insect talk.
This weather and insect talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yeah.
last week we talked a little bit about the teaser for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster,
Yes.
and they announced it during the Capcom Next showcase last week.
Yeah.
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is coming out on September 19th digitally, and then it'll come out physical in November.
Are
But,
people,
very, very excited.
because I've seen it now abbreviated as DRDR.
DRDR, yeah.
So are people calling it Dr. Doctor?
Murder.
Yes.
Can't you see I'm burning, burning?
I believe in the description
is.
for the YouTube of last week's show, I called it Dr. Doctor.
Did you?
Something like that.
Oh, good.
Is
Yeah.
this love I'm feeling?
So yeah, the details have come out. They're calling it a remaster because while they have improved the graphics, they have gone to
They've
great
ruined
lengths
everything else.
to not change the gameplay in the remaster. So
Okay.
they look at like remakes as like you're remaking everything, including the graphic fidelity and the models and everything. In this deluxe remaster, they're not even they're making the models look better, but they're not really touching. They're not making them look more realistic or anything.
So remaster means low budget and cheap.
Oh, dear.
Except I don't think so. I don't think it's low budget and cheap this time.
This time.
But so the game will now have an autosave. So there's that
Okay.
quality of life improvement. I don't know if you remember this, but in the original game, because it ran on the events in the game ran on a timer, like a real-time clock.
Yeah.
Right.
You actually had to, if you got somewhere early before the event happened, you had to sit there and wait.
Right.
Now you can fast forward time
Boom.
during your gameplay session, so that's pretty nice as well.
So you can only go forward, not back.
I think you can only go forward. I'm gonna say probably only forward.
Okay.
But improved UI, and they have improved the survivor AI.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember
Oh, because you had to lead them, didn't
the
you?
original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to lead them, and they were pretty bad at dying all the time and really
Right.
not defending themselves. And you could only
another way to fix that would have been to just not give them a life bar, just make them invincible.
Well, that's true, but then where would the fun be?
I don't know. Them not dying.
But that's the risk reward.
Did they
game.
improve?
But we've added in the ability to fast forward time and autosave, but now we're worried about risk reward, are we?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
They improved the AI so much that now they don't even need you. They can just save themselves.
They improve the AI so much that they just steal art from other real artists and create new works.
Oh.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, that's not the AI we're talking
That's a
about.
different kind of
That
AI.
got
Okay,
timely.
gotcha.
That got very
Yeah,
timely,
yeah.
very quick. But you also, in the original game, you had a limit on how many survivors you could lead to a safe house at once. It was either 4 or 8. I don't remember.
Your memories are so much more clear on this game than mine are.
He played
I
a lot of it, though.
I
played
this
a
game
lot of Dead
too,
Rising.
but not the way you do.
I
you
love
did.
Dead Rising.
I know you did.
And so you could only lead like a certain number of survivors to a safe house. They've taken away that limit, so you can lead as many survivors as
But what about the risk
you want.
reward?
Well, that's exactly right. You may have a problem leading 12 plus
I want-
survivors.
I want to present
Uh-huh.
a hypothesis to you.
Please
It's a big
do.
word.
Please do. Yeah.
It's an accurate word because it hasn't been scientifically tested.
Okay.
And Greg, I think you will be interested in this. So, perk up your ears. So, Dead Rising, that's a very good job, Greg. Dead Rising.
Yeah.
You are in an enclosed space.
Yeah.
That you are free to travel through.
Shopping mall.
Shopping mall.
Yep.
Well, there is a courtyard.
You are collecting.
That's outside.
You are collecting people who are in danger
Yeah.
from monsters that are roaming the area, and you have to lead them back to their safe house.
Uh-huh. What's your hypothesis?
Dead Rising
Professor?
is
Yeah.
a modern update to Flicky.
We're just going to compare every single game to Flicky.
Dead Rising.
Well, I think this just
Last
tells
week
you
it was Cash Cow, and now
what a-
it's Dead
what a
Rising.
cornerstone game Flicky was.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Everything
have
goes. Forget
Pong.
Pong.
Space Invaders.
Pong. Who cares
Pac-Man.
about Pong?
Yeah.
Pong was just a remake of that old PDP-1 game from back in the 50s. That's all that was.
But was it a deluxe remaster of that?
No, because the
They
graphics
did
have been
have
improved.
the ability
Oh, okay.
to fast forward time.
Yeah.
You got Super Mario Brothers.
Uh-huh.
You got Flicky. You got like Minecraft.
And that's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flicky.
Everything can
Wildly-
be derived from those games.
Influential game.
Sure.
And
Did you guys see the trailer for the deluxe remaster at all? You see Frank West's new look or anything like that?
No.
I did see how he looks
different.
now, yes.
Looks a little different. But of course, if you pre-order, you can get Frank's old look as a bonus. Yeah.
Is that
but
what they're
there's-
doing these days? Is this how they're getting us now?
Well, there's also a digital deluxe edition that includes 17 extra costumes
Oh.
for Frank, and then 17 music tracks that can be played throughout the mall.
What are these
What?
costumes?
So the costumes, there's a Mega Man costume, there's a Tron Bon costume. I forget what.
Didn't
some
you
of
used
the
to
other
just be
ones-
able to unlock those for free by playing the game?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
I
okay, but
believe
now
so.
you-
But now
you
you
can-
can get them.
Now they're
You can have them.
now
for-
you have the privilege of paying for them separately.
Yeah,
Modern
yeah.
gaming.
You don't have to find anything. But actually, I think a few of the costumes are completely like new. They're not.
Oh.
They weren't in there
Okay.
before. I don't know if you can collect the pieces to craft them yourself, but
I see.
But there you go. Very
Okay.
excited about this game. Very excited about the deluxe remaster. And hey, it comes out very soon.
It does.
September, already looking like a banger month of games. So
Very brave of them to go up against Astrobot.
I know. Who would have thought? Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. So very excited about that. During this Capcom Next presentation, they also acknowledged that Resident Evil 9 is in development, and it's from the director of Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
Does that mean anything?
I
you
I
take
will
anything
admit
from
I dropped off of Resident Evil at like 5.
Yeah. I think I dropped off at 2.
Oh,
Or
really?
maybe Code Veronica is where I dropped
Oh,
off.
okay. I
would
mean,
like to
4
answer
is
your
great.
question, but
I loved 4.
Well, okay, I played a little bit of 4 in VR,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think I ever really played it.
Yeah,
when it
too
was,
spooky for me in VR, but
Yeah,
I loved 4. I couldn't get into 5. I tried.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds, I hate when people say stuff like this, but 5 never really felt like a Resident Evil game.
Oh,
Ah.
5 was a shooter.
okay.
At least that's how it felt to me.
Right. Yeah.
I played through
remember
that
that.
though, but so you guys haven't really played much of the more recent ones then?
I haven't touched. I
No.
don't remember if I played any of 6. I
I haven't played
certainly
any of 6.
didn't play 7 or
Not of
8?
7. A little bit of 8.
which is Village. Yes.
Village is 8. Yeah.
Yes.
I played a little bit of that in VR.
Love you too.
Okay. Again, too spooky for me.
You guys didn't
Yeah.
play 7 then?
No.
7 was fantastic.
Was it?
I've heard a lot.
And
of
I'm not
good
even
things.
I'm not even like an old school Resident Evil fan. I didn't really get into Resident Evil at all. I mean, I played the first one a little bit. I played a decent amount of 2.
Yeah.
And I played Code Veronica a little bit,
Okay.
but I was never really that into those games.
Oh.
I think 2 is still my favorite
But
experience.
7
with Resident
7
Evil.
is great. I really enjoyed 7.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to go back.
Eight was okay. Eight
Really?
felt like, and I think there's actually some. I think there's some reason for this, but eight to me felt like 4 different games that they sort of crushed together with a hub world. I don't know. It was a weird experience.
This was 8?
Yeah. But
Okay.
7 was great.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm looking at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how I ended up with it, but I do have the 7 on Steam.
There you go. You should play it.
Must have been in some bundle or something.
You could play it in VR, but it's pretty scary in
couldn't.
VR.
I couldn't. I'd be
Or
too
rather,
busy.
you won't.
I'd be too busy peeing my pants.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Again.
You have to get some VR diapers.
There you go.
Did they sell those?
I mean,
They should.
I believe they're called tactical gamer undies.
Tactical gamer undies.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in like camouflage and
TGUs.
they're dusted with flaming hot Cheeto dust.
I see.
Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of games that you definitely want to go back and play, Urban Champion is now part of NSO.
Finally.
Because Nintendo dropped an update containing 7 games for
My
the
goodness.
NES
Man,
on the 4th of July.
they're just spoiling us now.
I know. Urban Champion is one of those games.
Huzzah.
A game we had a bet that that would be one of the first. That would be the first game they give us on NSO, if you remember.
I
Back
bet
in-
I lost a long time ago.
I bet
You know,
you
when they-
lost
When they released the first game on NSO and it wasn't Urban Champion.
back in 2018.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Urban Champion. So now it's out, Urban Champion. You can go back and relive all of those video game rental nightmares that you had about that game, along with Golf, Donkey Kong Jr., Math, Mock Rider, The Mystery of Atlantis, Solar Jetman, and Cobra Triangle. Yeah.
And Mystery of Atlantis, a game that was not originally released in the US.
That's right. That is the sole Japan only
Yeah.
release out of this bundle.
And that it was originally going to be released over here. You're aware of this, right?
I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
if I am.
Possibly.
I might not be.
Mystery of Atlantis, Atlantis no Nazo, if I remember the Japanese title correctly, was
Yeah.
slated to be released in the West under the title Super Pitfall 2.
Really?
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, I feel like I probably knew that based on watching a Jeremy Parrish or Dr. Sparkle video, but
Oh yeah.
Possible. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is an okay update for NSO. I don't think I have any love or memories or nostalgia for any of these games. I always wanted to play Cobra Triangle. I never
Triangle's
played
okay.
that game.
it's a
back
rare
in the
game,
day.
right?
It is,
Yes.
yeah. And Solar Jetman, I think, is also a rare game. I always wanted to play that game as well.
Solar Jetman I thought was
That
pretty
looked
good.
cool. Yeah,
I didn't know that was a rare game.
yeah, it's a rare game.
It seems to me that there was is that like a sequel or a pseudo sequel to a previous like
Jetpack.
it kind of feels like Jetpack, I guess, but it's way more intricate than Jetpack.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to say there was another game like some microcomputer game in the UK that was more similar to Solar Jetman, but I don't really know. I feel like I came across that years ago, but yeah, Solar Jetman was fun for a while.
For sure.
I don't think I ever played it.
No.
Remember
All right.
renting it.
I never played Donkey Kong Jr. Math because it has math in it. And who wants to do that?
And CJ's not good at math. And he felt ashamed.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a couple other black box games like Golf and Mock Rider
Yep.
in this update as well. Rad Racer's not on NSO yet, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think it is. But That'll be a good one. Maybe they can add that next year in their next update to NES games. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, a couple notes here. Exoprimal, a fantastic game that is on Game Pass that I think everybody should try. It does some really interesting stuff with on as being an online game that actually has like a single player story as well. It is ending its content updates this month. So they've done a year's worth of content updates on Exoprimal, like different seasons. And what they're going to do now going forward is they're just going to cycle those seasons each month. So August will be season 1, and then season 2 will come the next month, season 3, season 4, and then they'll cycle back to 1. So if you're playing Exoprimal for the first time and you missed out on some of those some of those seasons, you can experience that content going forward. I actually think this is a really good way of putting an end to this is a paid live service game, but being able to keep the story and unlocks somewhat fresh for new players. I think it's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah. And it's a really good game.
Never heard of it. No, I'm just kidding. I've heard of it. On this show, I've heard of it.
it's that
Never
fake
played it.
Dino Crisis game.
Yeah, and they never did a Dino Crisis crossover.
Well, why
They did
would
do a
they?
Mega
That would
Man.
have been
They did a Mega Man
nonsense.
crossover, though.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yes. So Nintendo, in a investor Q&A, President Shuntaro Furukawa said that Nintendo is taking steps to make sure that players don't have to turn to scalpers to get a Switch 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They're
what are
going
the
to
steps?
one of those steps is making enough units to satisfy customer demand. So I hope they're manufacturing
Imagine
Switch
that.
2s right now. Yeah. But so the semiconductor shortage that was happening when the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles launched, that is no longer an issue. So hopefully they will be able to produce enough Switch 2s to meet demand. We shall see. Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I don't know that. I don't know that's going to stop scalpers.
It probably
way. Because I mean, they'll just buy more.
possible. Yeah. It would be good if scalping's not a thing. I hate scalping for
Shopping nowadays sucks. Shopping for
yeah.
anything that the public even has a slight desire for is just a total
pain in the
nightmare.
ass.
It sucks so much.
Yeah.
Remember when the biggest problem was staying out or getting in line really early for something?
Yeah.
In the hopes of getting it? Boy, I wish we had those problems again.
Now you can't even
Now you can't even do that.
guarantee that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully Switch 2 will be available in sufficient numbers.
Yes.
And I guess we'll find out
That would be nice.
soon enough. Yeah. All right. It's what you've been playing time. Greg, you're up first.
What? I wasn't first on the list when I filled it out. Why am I first?
Too bad.
You moved it.
Things
I
change.
didn't do anything.
You absolutely did do something because when I filled this out, I was second on the list.
You're right.
I've been playing really is Paper Mario.
Hey, I've been playing that game too.
I was playing Logiart Grimoire too. I finished all the official puzzles
Yeah.
and I finished the Whimsical Fill puzzle.
Yeah, you did.
And now I feel like I'm done with the game.
That's
You're not
really
gonna
it.
play the other backer puzzles?
I want to, but the thing is with those with Picross games, I tend to get so invested in them that I don't play anything else
Yeah.
because I just want to get through all the puzzles. And
The
there
only
were
problem
a
with
lot of puzzles
Picross
in Logiart Grimoire.
is that it's too good.
Well, there you go. But I mean, there were like it's 280 official puzzles in that game,
Yeah.
and some of the later ones, it was nothing to spend over an hour on them.
Oof.
So, like, when you get to the 30 by 40s and stuff like that, like they're They take a long time.
Yeah.
And so, and not that I didn't enjoy it, but I mean, I wasn't playing anything else. So I just kind of like, I went and looked, it's like, oh my God, there's a lot of these backer puzzles too. It's like, well, I'm going to go find Phil's and do that one. And then I think I'm done. I'll pick this up again every now and then, maybe, but maybe not. And yeah, I just wanted to move back to Paper Mario. So that's what I did. So yeah, but I've been playing Paper Mario. I know, CJ, you've got Paper Mario stuff to talk about. But yeah, so I'm still, I think I just started chapter 4. I'm at the glitter something or other, the floating
Glitter
city.
Pit.
Glitter Pit. I just got to the Glitter Pit. So, but that was because I went back to the main hub town and found the little area where you sign up to do troubles, which are...
See, I never did this.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Where's that place?
So when you go into
town?
the east side of town, you know you have to pay the little guard to move out of the way, or I think you can just fight him and then he moves out of the way. You had to go there because that's the only way to do it's the only way to get to the Glitter Pit. You have to go to that side of town so that it sort of triggers the whole quest where you have to meet Don Pianta to get the ticket to ride the blimp to Glitter Pit. Glitter Pit? What is that what it's called? So
it's
over
Glitzville,
there,
right?
there is... That's it. Glitzville is what I was trying to think of. Over there are like 3 buildings, and the middle building, if you go in, there's a bulletin board, and on that bulletin board are troubles. And there's a little mouse in there too. There's like a cage where you can talk. There's some voice behind the cage that'll talk to you. But you get onto this bulletin board, and it's just a list of mini quests, little side quests. Some of them are as easy as like, go talk to so and so on the other side of town, and you know, there are some that actually send you out to the levels to the worlds you've already been to, and like somebody there, like the old man in Petalburg, just wants someone to talk to. So you go all the way to Petalburg, and you talk to him for however long that takes. It's like a Luigi style conversation where it just goes on and on and on, and Mario falls asleep and that sort of thing. And it's usually worth like 30 coins is what most of these are worth.
Which, by the way, I have never been starved for coins in this game.
No, me neither.
I've had a surplus of coins.
But there are certain ones that are actually, they give you membership cards for the gaming area in the western side of town, where it'll unlock.
Which I've also never done.
It'll unlock specific games in there that you can't play normally.
Oh, okay.
So, but like the last one that I finished was another area you didn't do. You didn't do a lot of things in this game for finishing this game, but it's called I think it's called the Cave or the Pit of 100 Trials.
Pit of 100 Trials.
Literally just going down 100 rooms, and in almost every room, there's a battle.
Yeah,
that's all it is. But one of the troubles is that somebody's dad is down in that pit, and you have to go get him. And I think he's like 20 rooms in, or 20 or something like that. So that was the last one on the list. So I just finished all those. Now that I've gone to Glitzville, I'm sure more troubles will appear on that board. But
probably.
Yeah, so I was sort of just all tied up in doing those.
Nice.
So yeah,
and you did the Pit of 100 Trials?
Well, I'll need to go down to like 18.
Okay.
Well, I had to go down to 20 because you can't escape until you get to, I think, every 10th floor.
Yeah, I did 50 of those.
Well, you just said you'd never gone in it. What do you...
I didn't, before I finished the game, I had never went into the Pit of 100 Trials.
Oh,
and
you
then
went back.
When I finished, after we talked on Slack, when I said I hadn't gone there, that was true at that time, but then I finished the game and went back and did 50 of the
That's way too late at that point too, because the first 20 floors, the battle is just so easy. Like
yes, they are.
Even at the level that I'm at now, they're way too easy.
They're way easy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really all that I was playing, other than I've been playing a little bit more iRacing, but I don't really have a whole lot to say about that right now. So Yeah, but now I'm focused on that. I really want to get through Paper Mario because I also really want to play the Alan Wake DLC, the Alan Wake 2 DLC.
No.
I know it's been out for a while now, and I was super excited about it. But again, I've been playing nothing but Picross, so I haven't gotten around to it. But that's it.
See.
That's what I was
Okay.
playing.
All right. Phil,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
Well, buckle in. I got a 20-minute update on Like a Dragon
Oh, it's time for Yakety Yakuza.
Infinite Wealth.
Hang on, let me get Super Mario Brothers queued
More
up.
like infinite discussion. Am I right, folks?
You know, you already cost us one listener.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
We don't have that many to give up.
That's okay. That just improves the overall quality of the ones we have left. Once we whittle it down to one, that's going to be the best listener
Yep.
I feel
in
that's not how it
existence.
works. But anyway,
You know, thinking about it though, and we were talking a little bit about this on Slack. It's that I finished like 4 RPGs this year.
It's
considering
weird, right?
Super Mario RPG,
Yeah.
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you count Like a Dragon Gaiden,
Not an
And-
RPG.
not an RPG.
Nope.
And then
no, we're not counting it then.
No, we shouldn't.
Then the Thousand Year Door, I've done like 3 RPGs.
You finished 3 RPGs.
What's interesting is that you tend to not finish games. Period.
In general, yeah,
Yeah.
So the
you're
fact
right.
that you're finishing them, and now a bunch of them are RPGs for some reason.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the
Yeah.
same
Weird.
thing with me. It's like, I mean, I haven't done the Mario games, but
Yeah.
you know, I have so consistently avoided RPGs these past couple of
47
decades.
years.
Yeah. But here we are. No, I'm not going to waste anyone's time blabbing about specifics just because, again, you know, if you were playing CJ, we would be discussing plot details and things like that.
Yeah. I am not playing.
I got to wait for you to catch up if you ever do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
CJ,
don't
that-
know. I don't
But that's
know.
I've given up.
I
that's
want
a-
to play other games.
That's
There are other
a
games.
yeah of I ain't going back to this game. I
There
get
are
it.
other games
That's a
that
patented CJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
are coming out and have come out that I want to play.
Yeah.
So I finished Thousand Year Door
Right.
because I was playing Thousand Year Door and Infinite Wealth at the same time.
Don't do that.
And was like, this is a bad idea,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
So
juggling
I focused
RPGs,
on-
bad idea.
I focused on Thousand Year Door instead. And then
Right.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD came out.
Of course.
And then this month is
All right. Luigi's
Crazy.
Mansion 2 HD came out.
yeah.
crazy with releases as
Mhm.
well. Let's see, what do I have on my list? Well, I also picked up Still Wakes the Deep. I want to finish that.
Yeah.
Flock comes out, Dungeons of Hinterberg, the NES Nintendo World Championships.
Oh,
game
right,
comes out.
right.
Kunitsugami comes out, a Ranger comes out, and that's like only this month. Then August isn't too good either, and Star Wars Outlaws is out at that point, and then you got
Oh, when's Outlaws out?
Astrobot. Star Wars is out at August 30th.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So-
Wait, August 30th?
Yes.
Oh no. Then like a week later is Astrobot.
A week later is Astrobot.
I'm not finishing Star Wars in a week.
And then after that is Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster.
Oh,
And
you know
then
what?
Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh
Oh my
jeez.
god.
It's just like
I have no vacation days left. I'm never
gonna-
going to play any of these games.
I think I'm gonna have to
it's
put
crazy.
off starting Star Wars because I
Yeah.
will put that down for Astrobot.
yeah.
So
Astrobot, well, as I hope Astrobot will, it's not going to be like a 50-hour game.
no, I can't imagine it will be.
And remember, the creative director for Star Wars Outlaws said you can finish it in 20 to 25 hours, right?
Oh, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
You can. As long
Yeah.
as you have the
I'm
extra
sure they
stuff.
put in a
Yeah.
lot.
I
of
don't-
other.
As one of our
Thanks.
previous hosts would say, if you critical path.
That's true.
I say that a lot too.
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
not as much as he did.
That's
I don't want to barrel my way through Star Wars though. I want
Yeah, you don't review
gotta
games for a
savor
living
it.
anymore.
That's
Why would
just
you do
it,
that?
right? Yeah. I don't need to get a review up by Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I might actually hold off on starting Star Wars until I finish Astro. But okay.
And Infinite Wealth.
Well, I'm hoping to have Infinite Wealth finished by
Christmas.
before Astrobot, certainly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm like
You're
80 hours into it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
something like that.
You'll probably finish it.
I should, yes.
Yeah.
But it's continues to be great. I am still enjoying it quite a bit. So please look forward to me saying that for the next several weeks.
It's a good game. It's a good series.
It's a great game. A great game.
Yeah. And it's on Game Pass. I encourage everybody to try Yakuza Like a Dragon. Because
Infinite Wealth's not on Game Pass.
Infinite Wealth is not on Game Pass.
But the first one is.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is on
Yes.
Game Pass.
Yes, absolutely. You should
And
play that.
Gaiden is on Game Pass. But
Yes, you should play that too.
Yeah.
Before I go into what else I've been playing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause. It's very warm here, like you said. I'm gonna enjoy a quick drink of this delicious looking Slurpee.
Wait a
Look at this.
second.
Look at that Slurpee I got there, huh? Wait
You
a
can't drink
second.
That.
That's no regular Slurpee. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
It's got
That's a Tetris game.
It's got a gamepad on it.
In a Slurpee? What?
Seems dangerous.
What
Yeah.
nonsense is this?
Yep.
I got one of those 7-Eleven Tetris Slurpees.
That's excellent.
Hooray for me.
Yeah.
Kudos to me.
Does it play Doom?
It probably does.
I
You could
have not
probably
hacked into it yet,
Probably could.
jailbreak it and make it play
Yeah.
Doom.
but I would imagine it certainly does. Now I do have
I'm sure you can find someone who did that on the internet.
I have 2 Tetris games inside food items.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you saw. Did you see?
you sent me the
Friend of mine, Brian Hargrove,
Yeah.
who works with us at Enhance,
Yeah.
happened to make a taco
yes.
that was also Tetris.
He made a
I love
fan
I love it.
a fan Tetris. It was a Taco Bell.
It's a Taco Bell.
It was a Taco
Tetris.
Bell Tetris, but you know what? It looked great.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unofficial though. It's unlicensed, so it's not part of my collection.
It doesn't count.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Make no mistake.
Yeah.
But I did have to go via the scalper route for this, unfortunately.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
Clearly not made by Nintendo then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No,
didn't. They didn't anticipate demand.
They sold out. Yeah.
I see.
Oh, you know what? I also need to do this. Here, it's
What's that?
if I press the button, there we go.
Oh,
Now
you have
the
your
top of the Slurpee cup
Now it glows like a real Slurpee.
has a beautiful
Flavors.
glow. That
Yeah.
appetizing Slurpee glow.
What flavor is that? Chutney?
Well, it cycles.
Oh.
So quick, it's blue raspberry. Now we're getting into kind of a purpley color. Now it's
See.
pink. But there you go.
Very nice.
I'm very excited about this. It's not a great game of Tetris. It doesn't play.
Yeah.
This is
Well, I
not going to be
wouldn't imagine so.
replacing the Tetris effect.
I imagine not. Yeah.
But boy, it's pretty. I'm delighted to
Cool.
have it.
That's awesome.
There we go. I'll turn off that light. That's really it though.
All right.
I mean, I've the bulk of my time has been split between Slurpee Tetris and Ichiban.
Nice.
So I got nothing else. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We forgive you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What about you, CJ?
Well, I have been playing a bunch of video games.
Yeah.
I finished Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Finished it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and like we said before,
But clearly didn't play vast swaths of the game.
well, no, I didn't. I critical pathed it.
Critical Path CJ.
Yeah, I probably when I got to I see that insect flying around
I know.
in your
It
camera.
won't stop flying right in front of me. It's driving me crazy. It's going for. I have two lights here, and
Great.
it's going for the lights. But
Oh,
it's
really?
just a housefly. I didn't think that they were attracted to light, but
That's amazing. Well, so I finished Thousand Year Door. I had never played much of Thousand Year Door back in the GameCube days.
and you missed out.
I did miss out.
Great
Clearly, I
game.
missed out. What a fantastic game this is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what a fantastic job they've done just with the remaster, um, the remake. I think they've done a great job here. Even though I don't I don't have any nostalgia for the GameCube music, it's cool that they have that option in there. Yeah, and apparently one of the chapters, I think it's chapter 4, they added like a warp pipe to because there's quite a bit of backtracking in this game, like back and forth. And
Oh, is that an addition? The warp?
for
Because
one
I
of
found
the
the warp pipe.
no, I think that one was in there originally. I think there's one particular chapter where they added a warp pipe inside a house that was not there originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice, but yeah, it ended up being like every chapter I would have this smile on my face because each chapter was just like ratcheting up the fun and variance on the gameplay. And
Yeah.
my favorite chapter ended up being the one there's a whole section where you're on a train and there's a bit of a whodunit thing going on the train. And I just loved that entire chapter. Like that entire thing was great. And
The writing is so the story is so creative.
it is so creative. And the fact that one of the characters there on the train always refers to you as Luigi is fantastic. And then at the end, they realize their mistake at the very end of the game. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's so good. And even like the run up to the ending. So after you open up the Thousand Year Door, there's actually quite a bit of game left. It doesn't like I started playing it on Thursday or Friday maybe, and my daughter was playing Stardew Valley on the Switch, watching me play Thousand Year Door, and I thought, oh, all right, we're gonna finish the game today, and it's gonna be no problem. Like 5 hours later, I was still playing Thousand Year Door, and the first time I went up against the final boss, and this may speak to not having done sections of the game that would have probably helped with like leveling up and getting more BP badge points and items and such. So I'm fighting the final boss, and it was such a close match. It was so close, and I had these badges on that, like, if Mario is under 5 hit points, you get boosted attack power and stuff like that. Or like more enemy attacks may miss if you're at 1 HP on you or your partner character. And that happened like a bunch of times. And I thought for sure I was going to defeat the final boss the first time. They had 17 hit points left. And then I got them down to 7 hit points. I was like, this is going to happen. Like,
This is gonna happen.
I was on the edge of my seat. My daughter's watching this. We were like both super hyped.
For a
Like,
fleeting moment, she's like, "I'm so proud you're my dad,"
I know.
and then it was all over.
It was like, this is in the bag. We have this. We're doing it. Yes, we've got it. And then the boss did an attack on me and like took away 3 hit points, 2 hit points, 4 hit points, and I was dead. And oh, the disappointment on my face that we didn't do it was just like, oh my god, I can't believe that. We were celebrating basically at a certain point that this is going to be it, and then it just didn't happen. And yeah, at that point it was like 10:30 at night. I had to like put things away, and go back at it the next day, and then I finally did. It took me a couple more tries, but I did finally beat the final boss. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but I did it, and it was great. Great ending, great final boss battle. Maybe one of my favorite final bosses ever.
Oh,
Wow.
Maybe, yeah. It was a great battle, really great fun. One of the things, this is a QOL thing that they did add in the remaster, by the way. If you die at the final boss, you can retry and skip the cutscenes, skip the forced cutscenes.
oh, good.
Oh yeah.
Whereas on GameCube, you could not skip them. So you had to listen to everything over again. So, but what a game! This is going to be on my game of the year list.
I figured it would be.
Undoubtedly,
It's a great game.
undoubtedly,
Chances are it'll
because
be
it's
on
so
mine
good.
too.
It is so much fun.
Now, who knows? The new Mario and Luigi might surpass it. I hope it does.
That's another game that I'm so excited to play. I'm watching the drama here with you and this.
It's
bug.
driving me
great.
crazy. I'm super interested in what you're saying because I love this game, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't
so
focus.
distracted by this goddamn fly.
But yeah, and man, the graphics on this, I mean, they look good back in the day.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And it would have looked fine if they had just brought those same graphics to the Switch. But the fact that they like made everything look better, is awesome.
Yeah,
And apparently
awesome.
all new music.
All new music,
I
yeah.
didn't realize until I got the badge that told me that I was listening to new music.
Yeah. So I've also been playing Mini Shoot Adventures on the Steam Deck. We've talked about this before.
Oh,
It's
right.
twin stick shooter that is basically a Zelda game, but you're flying a ship and shooting instead of swinging a sword. And I've been playing more of that. I'm 2 bosses down now, I think, out of 4, maybe. But who knows if there's something after that point. But I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I think it is a bullet hell game, and I think, when we talked about this before, I think the term bullet hell has scared you away from it, Phil.
Yes.
Even though I think you would enjoy this game. And the good thing about this, yes, it's a bullet hell game, but every encounter with an enemy that I've had, and it sort of works like Zelda dungeons work, where you'll enter a room and the exits will seal off and you have to fight a bunch of enemies to open the doors again. And none of those have been like super unfair. I've always felt like this is a task that I can definitely do. I don't feel like it's unfair. And then also the checkpointing in this game is done very fairly, so that if there's like a gauntlet of, say, like 4 rooms that you need to defeat enemies in to get the next power up or next area of the world unlocked, it will, if you defeat the first room and get to the second room and die, the first room and respawn, the first room's already taken care of. You don't have to do it again. So in that way, I think the game's very fair, very fun. Actually, the fact that it's a bullet hell, the graphics being very simple, have made it easier for me to play anyway and dodge enemies. The fact that you're shooting and not stabbing, like with a sword or anything, makes it easier for me to just like focus on my ship. And you can have the bullets sort of home in on enemies, which I have that setting on. So it helps quite a bit. It's a really nice game, really good game feel to it, really good graphics. Even though it's simplistic on the Steam Deck, it works really, really well. If you change the per game settings, you can get really great battery life while playing Mini Shoot Adventures as well. Like, if you change it from the default setting. And it looks great on the Steam Deck OLED. Been playing it on that OLED screen. Looks awesome. Mini Shoot Adventures, such a great game. Such a great game. More people should be playing Mini Shoot Adventures. I imagine when it comes to console, if and when it comes to console, and they have not said, but I have a feeling it'll get a second life when it comes to console, and more people will be talking about it when it comes to Switch, if it ever comes to Switch.
What about another console? Why does it have to be Switch?
It could be on
Oh.
PS5, it could be on Xbox, but it's one of those games where having it portably and handheld is it's a nice fit for that, I think.
Fair enough.
I also started playing A Link to the Past. Again, for some
Finally?
reason on NSO.
Well, for some reason,
After
it's a great game.
after I finished the Thousand Year Door, I was like, oh, what should I play now? And I loaded up A Link to the Past on NSO and started playing that. I don't know how far I'll get since there's so many other games to play now, but I was really enjoying it. I was really having a lot of fun with it. It's a good game.
I feel like you probably won't get very far.
I probably won't. It's
Just
a good
because
game, though.
there's so many other games to play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn this house down if this fly doesn't disperse. And I've almost done it before, so I'll do
true.
it.
There you go. I also played a game called This Bed We Made. This is
Sounds like a softcore game.
It does, doesn't it? This is a graphic adventure game with a little bit of light puzzle solving from, I think, an indie dev in Montreal. Anyway, the game is set in Montreal, and it's set in the late 50s, and you are a hotel maid. And you have a habit, maybe a not so great habit, of going through the luggage of the people staying in the hotel you work at.
That's not ethical.
Yeah,
That's not ethical, right?
Oh,
okay.
That's not great.
no.
But and then you find while cleaning one of the rooms that somebody has been taking pictures of you as you have been looking through other guests' luggage, and you find out there's this whole mystery, like, of people who are in the hotel and their relationship to each other, like what's really going on, and why is this person taking pictures of you cleaning these rooms? What's the deal with that?
Well,
How
I mean,
dare
you're
they?
the one committing the crime, right?
It's a victimless crime.
Is it?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is very clearly a crime and an invasion of privacy and all that. But so you kind of get
And all
wrapped up
that.
in this mystery of who these people are that are staying at the hotel and the reason.
The mystery is
for-
why do you still have your job?
Well, that is the real mystery. That is certainly a mystery.
Thank goodness.
But it's kind of like a Telltale game. It's only about 2 hours long. It's not a long game, but there
Sold.
are some things that you can do in the game. You can choose like which NPC you decide to trust with your dirty little secret of looking through people's luggage.
Oh my goodness.
And there are times where if you didn't clean something, like if you didn't mop up the water that was on the floor, a character will slip and fall and hurt themselves and then be out of the game. Or if you didn't erase a note that somebody put on the somebody wrote like a note in I think lipstick on a door. If you didn't erase it, then somebody gets fired. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting, like, sort of light mystery game, light graphic adventure, but overall really fun. It does have some LGBTQ stuff in it, and since that was a time where that sort of lifestyle was not accepted, there's a bit of conflict there with your employer at the hotel. But yeah, I thought it was really great. It was a nice short game, and it was a mystery game, which my daughter really likes whodunits and mystery games, so we kind of played this one together, which was good. Yeah, overall, really, really fun game. Available for a good price during the Steam sale. I picked it up on Steam and played it on Steam Deck, but it's also on PS5 and other platforms as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Sounds cool.
This bed we made.
I would play that. I was about to say I would watch that.
Or you could watch it. Yeah, you could watch a playthrough and get a kind of similar experience, maybe. But I thought it was really, really fun. And it kind of made me miss Telltale graphic adventure games.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten over the fact that we're never going to get our Fables sequel.
Isn't that still coming?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
They've said that's still coming.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see if it does. But anyway, yeah, that's all I've been playing. I guess I did play another game. I played Call of the Wild: The Angler. Yes, a fishing game.
Okay.
Okay.
I was on the 1 Hour, 1 Decision podcast, and they play games at random that are on Game Pass and then talk about them.
Okay.
And this was the game that they had chosen at random to play, and I joined them for the episode where they talked about Call of the Wild: The Angler. And? It's not on my hard drive anymore.
That good?
I didn't.
Because you've already 100%ed it?
I didn't enjoy it terribly. I mean, it was fine for what it was. For that hour, it was fine, but I wouldn't.
Good for people who like stupid games.
Ooh.
No, I think it sort of falls into the category where it's too much of a simulation of fishing, where things like the size of the hook and the exact the bait, and also like where the hook is from the floater on your line, and like all of these things start to matter. And it's just like I'm in it for the arcade style fishing. I really don't want to play a simulation of fishing.
That's crazy.
So
I figured you'd be really good at that kind of thing.
Why's that, Phil?
Well, like baiting hooks and stuff. I've seen you.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're really good at it.
Would you call me a master?
Oh, I absolutely would. Yeah, I think I would.
I saw that coming. Yeah.
Yes, so did I.
Yikes. Okay.
Roommates for life.
Wow.
I gotcha.
Wow. You sure did.
Thought I was going one way, but I wasn't the other.
Dang.
There you go.
Alrighty, well.
I'll tell you what, it's no fisherman's bait, a bass challenge from our good friends at Konami.
Probably not. No.
Which was a PS1 fishing game that I absolutely adored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about what was the survival horror fishing game? What was that called in the US?
Was that just called like Monster Bass?
Monster Bass. Yeah. That was a good one. But yeah, any of the Sega arcade fishing games have been great. So I'm more used to that. That stuff's more my speed, right? Not a sim.
No.
I'm that way with sports games and with driving games and all that other stuff too.
If the fishing mechanics are more complicated than Animal Crossing,
or
I'm
Zelda,
not interested.
Or Zelda, I could accept Zelda fishing as well, but no, All right.
Yes.
That means it's time for tweets. All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias, Benjamin Rivers.
Okay.
He says,
go ahead.
He says, what did you think of Francis Mao's artwork in GamePro? Remember Francis Mao?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
It had a very particular style that, I mean, I won't say that every single thing and every single illustration in GamePro was amazing, but I really liked the style. I really liked the look of it.
I did too. Yeah. For the early 90s, it fit the style of the time, and I thought it looked good.
Yeah. That's for those who may not have read GamePro
or know what a magazine is.
Yeah, well, that's just it, right?
Wow.
GamePro had a staff artist.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Game Fan had one as well.
Yeah, Terry Wolfinger.
Yep.
Yes. He's still around and still.
Oh yeah. And Francis's job was pretty much he drew the cover every month, right?
Yes.
And then probably a zillion spot illustrations throughout the magazine.
But also, wasn't there a comic? There was like, what was it? Adventures of Game Pro?
Yeah, I think
Is
so.
that-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if he drew that. Did he?
I don't
pretty
know.
sure he did.
I don't. How long did that even last? Was that
I
a?
don't know.
I don't think that was a long running. It's not like the
It might not
Game
have been
Fan
long.
Monitor comic.
No, you're right. You're right. But they had a couple comics in Game Pro magazine, and then they did like issues that were just the Adventures of Game Pro, right?
Oh yeah, they did do a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a completely. This has got me thinking about somebody else, and I never ever knew the name of this illustrator, but there was an illustrator that did a lot of work in Nintendo Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had a very specific style that I absolutely loved, and I only recently found out that it was a Japanese illustrator
Oh.
because I didn't realize that all that stuff was, well, not all of it, but a lot of it was produced in Japan. But
Yeah.
I think it might have been Omori.
Okay.
Not because Omori. I'm trying to look up their work. Anyway, it's got me thinking of that because
What art did they draw?
it was all over the place, but it wasn't everything in the magazine.
Was
Trying
it
to think,
they
like,
drew
I
the
wanna say, like-
Packwatch illustration. that
No,
was,
none of that stuff.
no, okay.
It was mostly for the walkthroughs.
Hmm.
I want to see if I can
Alright.
find I want to see if I can find a piece or two.
Hmm.
But anyway, it's got me thinking of that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
'Cause
thought
there
Game
was-
Pro had
Because if you're
a very
talking Nintendo Power,
Phil
there was of
knows.
course Suji Imai,
Yeah.
who was the original artist for the Howard and Nestor comics,
Yeah.
and did a lot of just beautiful like artwork for like Dragon Warrior, which was
Maybe
of course,
that is who I'm thinking of.
which was of course Dragon Quest.
Uh,
Yeah, they did some just stunning artwork back in the day.
I see.
You know what I'm talking about? Back when like Dragon Warrior first came out here, and they were trying to sell it to
Yes. So
U.S.
they did the art for like the manual and stuff like that.
I don't
Oh,
know
wait,
if
I
the
think
art
I
was
just-
used in the manual. I know it was definitely used in Nintendo Power.
I love that we've come to a screeching halt here. I'm sorry
really
about that.
have.
That's yeah. You know what? That's exactly who I'm thinking of. I just went and looked up Shuji Imai's art, and that's the
Okay. Yeah.
illustrator I'm thinking of. I loved,
Yes.
and you could always tell when they had illustrated something. There's just a very specific style, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was beautiful artwork, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was also the original illustrator for the Howard and Nestor comics
Okay.
back when,
Yeah.
you know, the early days when the comic looked just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yep,
do this
that's absolutely what I was
one
thinking of.
from Hacker Alias Gore-Tex Cowboy, who says, "What are your thoughts about judging a retro game, say a 1980s NES era game, by more modern standards? I understand why it's done, but I also remember approaching games differently as a kid with more time, fewer gaming alternatives, no internet, and Nintendo Power."
I don't know. I want to say I don't mind that happening, but I feel like it devolves so quickly into look how lame this is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I get why that's done. It's for, negativity is popular. It's for the clicks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm way more interested, even looking at something through a modern lens. I don't know how to describe this, but it's like I'm more interested in having someone break down, like, hey, this is what this game did, and maybe this is a trend that it set, and this is why it's important. Like, that's kind of the way that I try to come at the games
Yeah.
that I cover
Right.
on various YouTube videos, is the context of it and of the time, because yes, games have come so far and they move so fast. If you're gonna play, hey, say the original Ridge Racer, since that video of mine is coming out next week, it sucks by modern
Yeah.
standards. It's awful.
Right.
On
What
the
do you mean it's
PlayStation.
only one track?
That's just it, right? Like, so yes, if you're gonna come at it, like, I would say objectively, comparing it to modern games, there's no way it stands up.
Right.
But that's not really what's the point of that? Almost
Right.
no game is going to stand up. So yeah, I don't know. I think it might be interesting if it's an honest take done in good faith, but so few of those are.
Right.
So many of them are there's like, oh my god, look at this crap, and I'm not down for it. It gets so old. There's so much negativity on the internet in general that just adding to the pile is stupid.
Well, and this is something I've called this out on like Blue Sky or something ages ago, where I was talking and specifically bringing up your Generation 16 videos and Jeremy Parrish's
Jeremy's great
series,
at this too.
Where the two of you guys really, because you are going through kind of entire libraries of these old systems, and you do see, like you were saying, a lot of like YouTube game critic / historians do kind of devolve into that, oh, this sucks. Oh, this isn't nearly as good as people thought. People thought this was good back in the day, but it actually is garbage.
Right.
But, and, sometimes that is accurate.
Yeah, sure. There were bad games back then. Absolutely.
But, one of the things that, again, that I like about your stuff, Greg, and what I like about Jeremy's stuff is that you do look at it from that greater historical context, and especially going through a whole library of one of the systems, you get to look at, oh, this is the games that were contemporary releases at the time. This is what it was up against. This is what other systems were doing at the same time. So this is how this game kind of fits into the greater picture of game consoles as a whole. This is why this one succeeded. This is why we remember this game, because it did these things that were new back in the day, or something that was setting a trend back in the day.
Right.
And that sort of thing is always more interesting than just pointing and laughing at it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Anything more needs to be said about that? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias, the famous Paul. Hey, I know that guy. It's
Hey, I know
Paul
that guy
Mattingly.
too.
That's Paul Mattingly.
We still have a
From the
Star Trek
internet.
game we need to finish.
We do. Bridge
Matt
Commander?
Mattingly's Ice Cream
Bridge Commander,
Social.
yeah.
That's a fun game, just in general.
That is a fun game.
All right. Paul asks, Paul says, hi, dudes.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Having downloaded the 17 plus N64 games, I find both titles to be unplayable with my Pro controller. There seems to be no option to adjust the controls. Why won't Nintendo put a little more quality of life work into these releases?
It's cheaper.
Because they're trying to sell you this.
Yeah, there you go.
This,
But you know what?
N64 Switch
you
controller.
don't need that if you got an old N64 controller lying around.
That's true too.
You just get a conversion kit from 8BitDo. It's great.
Oh, do they have those?
Yeah, that's the one I showed you guys before.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Converted one of my old N64 controllers into a wireless Bluetooth controller that works just fine.
That's
with the
right.
Switch, and it's awesome. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah.
How
I
much?
believe there
thing?
is like a system-wide
Much.
way to change the button configuration on the Pro controller. I think that does exist, but I don't know if there's a better configuration for the N64 games. I mean, the problem is definitely that they're just really using the old ROMs, not really doing any quality of life upgrading to the menus or configurations. Like anything that existed before is what they're using, and if you're not using an N64 controller, the playability of those is going to be a lot different. And
even if you're using the N64 controller, the playability of those is probably not going to be as good as you
remember it. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, this is a great example of what we we're just talking about. Single stick first person shooters. We've come so far in first person shooter control.
We have
in the ensuing decades that it would still take a lot of getting used to no matter what. But I mean, yeah, playing it using the 3-prong controller the way it was at least designed to be played helps. Those conversion kits with a new analog stick as well, or a replacement analog stick, are $40
Ah,
at 8bitdo.com.
that's pretty good.
Called DIY kits, and I highly recommend, because it's you literally just open up your controller, take out the old innards, and plug in the new one. Like it's a whole circuit board. It's so easy to do, and I'm so happy with the results.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias, a Hind D, who says, better business minigame, Dondoko Island or Ichiban Confections? This is,
heard
of
of either of
course,
these.
a Like a Dragon reference.
Oh,
Yes.
I've probably heard of either of these. I just wasn't listening.
Yeah, exactly. You've heard plenty about both of these.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've only played Ichiban Confections, but I gotta say, I did really like it.
I did end up enjoying Ichiban Confections, but I mean, Dondoko Island is essentially they shoved a little Animal Crossing game in there.
Yeah, I want to get to that so bad.
It's a lot of fun.
Hi D, now you're making me want to play more Infinite Wealth. This is what has happened.
Dondoko Island is fun.
I know that it is. I know that it's gonna be fun.
I know you love some Animal Crossing.
I do.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't build a hostess club in Animal Crossing.
You can't.
You can't. You can't put your manga bar next to your casino pachinko parlor next to your hostess club.
There's too many games that I want to play.
Well,
Too many good games.
I'm
Stop
just
it.
saying.
Too many good games. We're spoiled for great games.
Yeah.
Nowadays, really we are. All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias. This might be our last tweet. Yeah.
Oh, is it now?
Let's do this one. Hacker Alias Cheap Cheapo, who says, "What's your favorite Nintendo Special Edition console? Some of my favorites are the yellow Pikachu Game Boy Color and the newer Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch."
I loved the blue and yellow Pikachu N64 just because the case molding was so interesting, and they were really cheap at one point. And everybody had one.
Yep.
I had one for years that I never even opened.
I still have mine unopened, but that's not true. I did open it just to look at the.
Yeah, I did that too, but
it's upstairs.
I ended up selling mine.
I even got it in a nice little plastic box there to keep it safe.
Pretty nice.
I loved some of the special edition Game Boys. I remember I think it was the Game Boy Advance SP.
Yep.
That had the NES and Famicom.
That was going to be mine.
Yeah.
Was the NES styled GBA SP.
Yeah. That was
my
really
favorite
nice
as well.
looking.
Yeah.
And I think they did something similar with, I think the Micro had a Famicom plate as well that looked really, really great.
Yep. Over in Japan, they sold it was the whole system. I mean,
was it the whole system? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's
I have no idea where my Game Boy Micro is.
The actual system itself is done up in that kind of like Famicom red.
Yeah.
And then the faceplate is
gold, I think. Or
it's mine's sitting in one of the display cases back there.
It's like a burgundy. It's really deep.
Yeah.
It's a really deep red.
Yeah, it's a really
nice color.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
I have a Splatoon 3 Switch, OLED Switch that I really like. That's my current Switch that I use.
Oh.
Yeah, actually. Although I have, I'm using the Hori Split Pad Slim on it with the Pac-Man version of that.
Oh, yes.
Is what I
the Splatoon, the Joy-Con colors on that Splatoon system are my favorite colors for Joy-Cons.
The blue and neon green.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my favorite colors too. Yeah.
Yep.
You think
I hate the Joy-Cons, but those are my favorite colors.
You think they'll improve the Joy-Con?
God, I hope so.
I really hope so
improve
too.
The ergonomic design of those things.
I went back to trying to play the Switch with the regular Joy-Con, and it's not great.
No.
Like, I really appreciate the fact that Hori and others have done nice fitting Joy-Con.
Don't even my Joy-Cons, none of them probably work. None of them are charged because I just leave the split pad on there 100% of the time.
I use Joy-Cons for Mario Party. That is the one
That
game
would
I
make
do
sense.
use
Yeah.
Joy-Cons
But
for.
I don't have them, so
Because at least in Super Mario Party, you have to use Joy-Con. You can't use Pro Controller in that or anything else. So, and I wonder if Super Mario Party Jamboree that comes out this fall is going to have the same kind of thing where you need to use split Joy-Con or a single Joy-Con tilted horizontally. We'll see. I should probably look into the product page on that to see. But that's why I have my Joy-Con charged, is for Mario Party exclusively. Yeah. Because we play a lot of Mario Party in this house. And
We're a Sonic Shuffle house.
My daughter and my wife get a handicap of, they get 2 stars, at least 2 stars.
Oh, really?
At the beginning, because they got sick of me winning every
Oh, wow.
So
Listen to
now
this guy
there's
bragging.
a handicap. Yeah.
Dunking on his family. My goodness.
I'm not dunking on my family at all. I just win a lot of the mini games in Mario Party.
The best special edition Sony system is the Sakura Pink PS2.
I was just gonna say that's the only one that springs to mind. Is that
There's that one,
PS2.
or I think the
It's like a
PS1
pearl-
styled PS4. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
the slide cover.
Was
is
it
that
a
what you're
PS4
talking about?
or was it a PS3? Actually, and come to think of it,
I forget.
I think it was.
they
a
made like
PS3.
a limited edition. I don't know, with the gray.
I remember like a pearl white PS2 as well. That's
think it
slim.
was
Was
a
that like a
PS3.
Final Fantasy
Oh, maybe.
console? I want to say Shane Bettenhausen had one.
Oh yeah.
That was really pretty as well.
Yeah,
What about wasn't there a Star Wars PSP?
was there?
Oh, there was,
a
yeah.
Star Wars
Remember that?
360. The R2D2
It had, like-
360.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, the
R2D2
PSP had Darth Vader drawn on the back.
Yes, that was
It
the
was
one.
It was when what Battlefront came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, the R2D2 360. I thought that was a cute idea.
Yeah.
Cute idea. Yeah,
Didn't it make like R2 noises when you
it did.
opened
Yeah.
the disk drive? Yeah.
I think when you powered it on, it made some too.
Oh, was it?
right? Yeah,
Okay.
good stuff.
That's pretty good.
I think that's it.
Oh, is that it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on various social media platforms, but definitely X and Threads. You can also go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. You will find Generation 16 episodes there as they happen. And you will find our show notes and links to all the things that we talked about on this show, alongside a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com while we're loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the YouTubes .com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch .televisions. Just follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com, throw a few shekels our way. After all, shoving Tetris into fast food products ain't easy and it ain't cheap, friends. And if I have any hope of getting some sort of Tetris Whopper, some sort of
Tetris Whopper.
a Tetris White Castle.
Oh, there you go.
If we can get White Castle to put a Tetris in one of their adorable and horrendously delicious sliders, forget it. That's what we need your money for, friends.
By the way, yes, they did a PS4 20th anniversary edition that was gray.
It was the PS4.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted that one so bad, but they pre-orders sold out. Super cool.
Boo.
Yep.
What we're actually using your money for, of course, is
It's buying that classic PS4 20th anniversary edition. No.
There you go. CJ
Just
CJ wants the
kidding.
money now. No, we'll use it for running the show and streaming and all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, friendos. If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this, where we play games crack-wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ,
Yeah.
my dear friend,
Yes.
do we
Yes.
have a game for this week?
Phil.
Yes.
I knew this day would eventually happen.
Uh-oh.
That I have to say that,
Oh, no.
yes, we do have a game.
Oh, no.
No, I said yes, we have a game, Phil.
I know. I just wanted to go watch TV. But I guess I'll play this game of yours.
Okay, it's not of mine. I didn't make the game, but Night Attack 09 made the game.
Oh, it's a
going to
Night
play.
Attack 09 game?
That's right.
Oh, well, now you won me back.
Now you can get excited about it.
Now I'm excited. What kind of game is this? Do we know?
It is an AI review game.
Oh.
Yes.
Do we review AI? It's all bad.
No. It's game reviews, but AI wrote the reviews.
Oh, dear.
And there'll be like a blank out of the game title and all.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 games. So yeah, let's see.
We'll see how this works.
Well, my question is, does AI write better than old school EGM or
Definitely.
Game Fan?
Well, AI has
assume- I
played the
assume
games
yes.
just as much as old school EGM. So
Wow. You're
that's
you're
mean.
right. You're right though.
And only sometimes true.
Yeah, only sometimes. During those holiday issues.
Look, I mean, you got 400 pages to fill, and you got a month to crank out all that content.
No kidding.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go to patreon.com/Greg Seward and help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 or higher variety,
What, cheaper?
I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh.
Even more cheap?
Even more cheap,
Even more cheap?
you could be watching my 2-hour History of Ridge Racer video right now
Wait, right now?
because you got early access.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's the best kind of access.
I've got to log into Patreon right now.
I can't wait to know what you think of it, Satan.
I bet it is a
Were you a Ridge Racer fan? Were you a Ridge Racer or Daytona fan?
do 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 do
think we know the answer to that.
do. What do you think?
That was the correct answer,
The
by the
devil
way.
loves Sega.
There you go.
That's right. Blue skies.
Anyway, yes, please consider supporting the show. It helps pay for stuff like my Adobe licenses.
Oh my goodness.
I like to do all this crap legit because I'm a sucker. So I could use your money.
Hey Greg,
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been bringing up the Adobe a lot recently. Have you looked into any Adobe alternatives?
I have.
Because I know.
And I don't like them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
get used to them. So
Because I
like
know,
my Premiere Pro. What can I say? I
know
like it.
people who have jumped ship,
Mhm.
but none of them have clicked, huh?
No.
Okay.
I tried a few, and I think I produced I think it was one of the Let's Reads using one of the free alternatives.
Yeah.
The one that was the most highly recommended, and it was really good. But I just didn't. I didn't like it.
But not
I
really
like
good
video,
enough.
though. Yeah, that's my game. That's my joint. So
I dig it.
Yep.
Look at that. I have early access
you do.
to
Me too.
Racing Evolution Ridge Racer. Oh my gosh. Greg, I don't usually watch videos this long unless they are about themed hotels.
Well, I hope you'll change that rule just once.
It's
Just
not
this
quite
once.
that long.
No, okay.
I could
You're
watch
right.
your video twice
You're right.
in the time I usually spend watching.
and I'm hoping it will be at least half as interesting as the video you're referencing.
I mean,
I still have
That's
not
a
watched
tall
that
order.
video.
good luck.
Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you.
No, I'm
And I made
I'm
the
very
video.
I am looking forward. I will have to carve out some time and watch this. I'm very excited.
Cool.
And CJ, you should also watch the Star Wars Hotel video.
Yes,
I
you
would
should.
like to.
It's
Yeah.
very good.
I see.
But also watch the Racing Evolution
I will
on
do
Ridge
that.
Racer.
I will definitely do that.
'Cause I bet that's pretty okay too.
That's what I aim for.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I got.
Well, all right then. Is that it,
I think that's
That's
it.
it.
That's the show.
CJ?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Oh, sure. I mean, obviously. Come on. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Oh, of course. And as always, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darned one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And we hope, beyond hope, to see you next week. A good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.